Born on fire, raising gasoline, out all night with my rockabilly queen. I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go right now, on to the next cafe. I've been riding all night, go from town to town, flat like a chrome, fast thing around. I set them all up when they come my way. Another game of chicken, come on, let's play. I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go right now, on to the next cafe. 100 miles an hour down an old dirt road, air and gasoline getting ready to explode. Wrap around a tree when his tires got loose. We'll never forget the old gray goose. I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go right now, on to the next cafe. Oh yeah.
Swing it, cat. You gotta love horns, right? I like those horny bands. Horns, man. You know, you don't see a lot of horn players around anymore, unless you're you're close to like marching band scenes or bugle corps, that kind of stuff. There's not a lot of local bands with horns, or even regional stuff. I guess it's it's not really cost efficient when you have a venue that's only going to give you $500 to carry a 7-piece band up there, or 8 or 9, whatever. Anyway, that's AC and the Bad Billies. I gotta go. So I hope everybody's doing good today. So it looks like it is time to address this Mueller investigation with these indictments that came down. And let's get over here. So there we are. By the way, welcome to my channel, Mad Hooter. I am the Mad Hooter. So let's talk about this Mueller thing. So apparently they've come down with 13 indictments of Russian nationals. I read through the thing. It's like 34, 35 pages of stuff, and a bunch of it, let's just get right to it. Most of it is just legalese, word salad garbage. And what's particularly dangerous about this is that the indictments that they have, they list all this stuff that they think these guys did, and they actually have some legitimate crime on at least a few of these guys. They've got identity theft, which is a big deal, and they've also got some bank fraud. Now, the rest of the stuff that they're accusing these guys of doing is basically, to break it down, is basically using money, which was only in the thousands of dollars, to buy Facebook ads to have some influence on the election. So what they skip over, and here's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, is because mainstream media is going to bend and fold and weave around what this thing is. It says in this indictment document that there is no evidence that it had any effect on the outcome of our election. That's number one. So you got to let that just sink in. 0. That. So, they apparently were getting involved in pro-Trump rallies or pro-Trump organized events. And they're also getting involved in anti-Trump organized events. And so you can't say that they were doing it all to help Trump or whatever. That's not the case, but the media is going to try to fold it and tell you that, somehow it had to deal with Trump. Because people on the left are thinking like, oh, we just, this is our big win. We're coming in, or we're this close to getting Trump, which is just dumb. Um, so they've also proven and admitted that these guys were trying to prop up Bernie. Um, they were basically anti-Hillary. And so here's the problem is they're saying that these guys were basically speaking out against Hillary or putting up ads against Hillary. And this is the other thing they're accusing them of making false accounts so they could spread these ads, which to my knowledge is not necessarily illegal. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I haven't seen anything that says making um, Facebook pages with false identities, which is something that everybody does on YouTube. Everybody's got a handle. I've got a handle. I'm the Mad Hooter. So what's the problem? This is where the problem is for me, is that this is going to be proved to be dangerous if they start targeting Americans with these accusations, because they also came out in the document and said no Americans were involved directly in this. Zero. That includes, I believe, Donald John Trump. So get that through the skull too. What's dangerous about this is they start accusing Americans of being trolls or bots or whatever and start trying to seek indictments or convictions. This is going to be it's going to be really, really bad. You could possibly trigger some kind of a revolt, a coup, whatever you want to say. I hate to say civil war, but people are going to be really pissed because you would be stomping all over their rights. First Amendment right, Fourth Amendment rights. And God forbid that somehow that they have disarmed people. Um, all hell is gonna break loose. So this is a concern for me. And what concerns me is how they're trying to go after these Russians, and that they're using trolling as a they're trying to paint it as a crime, which maybe for Russian nationals, trolling is a crime. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything. Nobody, no lawyers, and none of my friends. They're like, I haven't heard of anything like that. And it's all linked to this supposedly having influence on our election. Well, if that was a crime, then CNN, MSNBC, Young Turks, InfoWars, every independent YouTuber, every independent news outlet, they all were having some effect on the election process. So, what the hell, dude? So if we start targeting Americans with this, we're going to have big problems. People are going to rage. You thought Antifa was bad. People are going to just pour into the streets. And maybe it will be peaceful. People just march on Washington and finally they give them the old, as they say, the high hard one. So that's what I find alarming. What is comforting is that it's basically shut the door on this whole Russia. Unless Mueller comes up with some magic bullet, as I've said, since this whole Russia thing started, it's ridiculous. It's a lie. It's media hype bullshit. So let's stop running with that. And not to mention, this Mueller investigation is costing us millions of dollars. But people are bitching about Trump going to the fucking golf course. Which, by the way, Donald John Trump has significantly less money now than before he went into office. He's lost money. He's losing money. So this whole argument, Trump is just all about the money, may be, but you don't have any proof of that. People just like to say stupid shit, here's the problem. The old days when it was just guys sitting around the Cracker Barrel playing checkers or whatever and chewing the fat, you could get away with saying just out outright uneducated or misinformed stuff, or you could just make wild accusations. J. Edgar Hoover and blah 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 blah, and he did blah bitty bop bitty bop bop bip bitty bip bop doo. But now when you say that, there's cameras everywhere, and people hear you say this shit, and that's the problem. Is that lies spread a whole lot faster because of the internet. Like this whole thing with the shooter. I don't want to beat it up, but there was a whole bunch of outlets putting out this thing that he was an alt-right member and a member of this alt-right group, and it was a completely fabricated lie. But these people aren't coming back and retracting their statements. They're just deleting their posts. But I see people like on my Facebook page or whatever, they're sharing this stuff, and it's from like BuzzFeed or one of these like right-wing watch groups, and it's hogwash. And I keep telling people, it's like, you can be as liberal or as conservative as you want to be. Fine. But if you're going to start talking, you better make sure that you're coming with the truth. Or that you've educated yourself on whatever subject. Because if you're going to just start spilling out the same old media bullshit, you're going to get called out. And chances are you're not going to be happy about it when somebody does it, because they're going to be on Twitter or something. Somebody's going to call you an idiot or whatever. So, anyway, that's sort of the story with this 13 Russians hacking our election process, which didn't happen. So let's get it clear. The DNC was not hacked. That happened. We know for a fact that data was transferred via flash drive due to the transfer rate speed. So Russians did not hack the DNC. Russians did not hack the election. Russians did not have a major influence on our election process, which they admit in this thing that Mueller put out. And so Trump did not collude with Russia to influence the election. Done. We're done. That's it. It's over. The Russian thing is over. Everybody, if you're one of these leftist people that's all over that stuff, it's time to let it go. Move on. Maybe find something that you can actually bitch about Trump. Like some of this stuff that's going on in Syria, and and I'm gonna drop a conspiracy theory on you, but I think that I don't know if anybody knows, but we just had a small war with Russian troops. I think this whole thing is just a way to circumvent Trump to get that Russian war that Hillary really wanted, which is one of the reasons I've voted for Trump, and I would not vote for Hillary. And she wanted to start a war with Russia. She said it. No fly zone, Syria. So I think there's a move there, that they're still trying to get their little war with Russia. And it appears to be working to some extent. So so that's where we are with the Russia thing. Let it go. This Mueller investigation thing is mostly clown shoes. So anyway, uh, if you like my videos, if you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm still on the fence. I'm thinking about maybe starting another Patreon page to sort of help fund this stuff because I'm starting to accumulate gear and better microphones, and I think maybe another web camera would be cool. I'm gonna start doing some streaming, and I got to get to the 1,000 subscriber level before they'll start letting me take money, like super chats and whatever. So I've got some work to do with that. You guys can help me by sharing um, and helping me spread my channel around, help it grow, whatever. And maybe I'll get more and more and more involved, and because some of this stuff requires research and all of that stuff. You've heard it. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Enjoy yourselves out there, and also leave some comments below. I always appreciate those comments. But until next time, I'm the Mad Hooter. Defend the faith.